How's it going, everyone? I'm Contemtion. We've got another episode of Champions of Olympia. Just jumped right into it. I was doing this while I was waiting for YouTube to upload our last Osiris League match. I'll pop a card up at the top if you want to watch that. So I recorded this ahead of time and I'll just go over what happened. I was a little bit worried at the beginning, but it ended up being all right. So let's get into it. Thanks for joining me. If you like these videos, please hit the like and subscribe. And here we go. Okay, here we go. Looks like we had a good team. I ran with Ramses YSG, Naboo Gilgamesh, and Guan and Alex, like I have done the last match as well. And yeah, we just go into it. I see most people going and running into the center, which is why I end up going north, just to, kind of spread ourselves out. And maybe nobody from the opposite team was going to go north, so at least I could grab a flag and start accumulating some points. So as you can see, we just start running. There's 3 guys from our team already going there. So I'm just like, well, not worth it. Let's go up to the top. And unfortunately, I'm a little surprised because there ends up being 9 marches up there. So three people from the enemy team is up north and I get completely slaughtered. And at that time, I was kind of like, all right, well, I think this might be a loss, but ended up turning it around. It was a pretty decent match. I think they gave up right near the end there, but you'll see in a second that these marches aren't tanky. Ramses obviously has YSG behind him, so that isn't super tanky. Naboo with Gilgamesh isn't very tanky, and Guan and Alex isn't very tanky. So definitely would have been nice at this point to have like a Richard or Charles Martel, but again, I just would have been, delaying the inevitable. But you know what? It helped. It kept our guys being able to capture the center and move over to their flag. So it didn't do too bad. I kept them delayed up here for a while. But as you can see, once their skills start going off and their debuffs and their buffs, I'm just gone. So unfortunately, I have to wait for that to finish. My guys have to reset. But right now, the points are pretty even. We did pretty well out of the gate. We didn't get that south one. I'm not sure what was happening there. I never ended up looking. But as soon as I come out of refresh from respawn, things start turning around. So it works out pretty nice. I'm not sure. At some point there was guys just kind of running back and forth from their side. So I'm not sure if they were just confused or maybe they were random matchmaking as well. But it ended up turning in our favor at the end here. I think they go and capture our flag right out at the our entrance here, but it doesn't last. They don't do very well, and then we start spawning again for anyone that we lost. So it doesn't end up too badly. I just quickly run out to the front here. Most of my marchers came out at the same time because my guys didn't die very far apart. And I just run to the circle, to the flag. The little bubble there pops, so they capture it for a couple seconds. But at this point, I just kind of run over to the flag and figure I'm not going to chase these guys. I'm just going to try and take the structures back. If they want to run around and try and swarm down marches, so be it. But at least we can grab the flag and start accumulating points because they weren't in there for very long. So it was very easy to take it back. And then once our guys figure out that, they come out too. What's that structure they had? It's like a watchtower. I haven't seen that. I'm going to have to look for that. Must be a support skill. And it's got a radius around it too. I never noticed that. I've got to look at what that is. Huh. That could be worthwhile when you're trying to hold it down, especially near the later part of this video. We're pretty much at their spawn point. So having a structure like that, that's very strange. I haven't seen that. I didn't notice that anywhere. That would be pretty awesome. If you have an area and you're trying to take down the marches and they're far from healing, that'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, I chased this guy pretty much all the way to their spawn point where we take the flag, and that's pretty much where we hold them. It ends pretty well from there. We're actually behind on points right now, but as you can see, they walk right past my marches. It was very odd, but hey, they had their own agenda. We run over to the flag here, and I think a whole bunch of other marches from our team comes up, because their marches were just so sporadic and all over the place. So we take this, and I think they get their healing. I'm pretty sure those marches finish before I take it, but they just sit there. So I don't know, maybe one of them disconnected, and that's where their issue was, but they're back now, and it's great that we had other teammates coming at the exact same time. It just worked out. We weren't communicating with each other, so it just really worked out. I start popping all my buffs, and we're just able to completely destroy them at this point. And I think I lose 2 of my marches, and I'll have to read up on skills too. But I'm pretty sure I lose Naboo and Guan. Naboo's gone, Guan's next, and then I rush Ramses because I see we have the advantage now. There's no point in me losing a third march. So I run back over to the healing spot. But I'm not sure what skill it is. I'll have to look into that, where I didn't even have to wait for the whole cooldown. My guys just ended up respawning right here, which is a huge advantage. So I've got to look into that and the tower. I imagine you can't have both of those skills, but yeah, the Saladin tries to chase me. But even one-on-one, I'm pretty sure I would win that fight, but thankfully one of the guys comes and knocks him out. I get the kill though. I don't know how that works. Maybe I hit him a lot more beforehand. But it's weird. Like, so right here, I still have 22 seconds on my Guan and Naboo. 10, but they all of a sudden, and I'm just about ready to rush them out here. How does it work? So I heal. It's like when my Ramses was finished, all of a sudden all my marches came back. Is that because I lost them in this flag? I don't know. I was very confused. So I'll have to read into the rules a little bit more on how that works, especially if I'm going to get into this gameplay in Rise of Kingdoms. But at this point, we pretty much have it. We have 4 flags. We're accumulating more points, where we have 3 players with 9 marches out at their spawn point. And yeah, we can just swarm them down, even if we're not targeting the exact same guy. It doesn't end up being an issue at all. And I think after we take these guys, it's not too much longer before they obviously put a vote up and lose. But, or forfeit, I guess it would be. But it ended up pretty good. Like, these guys, it's like we were targeting pretty close to the same guys, and I think all of us had AoE commanders, so that was it. I quickly go and heal. I probably didn't need to send all my marches, but I did it anyways. And I think we get one more person spawn, but it's like they disappeared. We only beat 2 players there, and I think there's some more over by our spawn point, but I don't even know where they went. It's like the guys just stopped trying, which, hey, good for us. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't even remember if we get into another fight up here at the front. It definitely turned around. We were losing, and I thought we were up against a team on headsets communicating with each other, and then all of a sudden we pulled out the win. Yeah, we're up by like 5,000 points now. So we had no issues. I think after we eliminate these guys, that's it. They call a vote and we win. Wasn't too much time left. But yeah, it looks like my Naboo gets targeted pretty quickly. And that's, well, it's not the march that I have my best archer gear on, so maybe that would make the difference if I swap Ramses and Naboo's gear. That would probably help. Get that extra health from the legendary set bonus. Especially the accessories too. But I think the horn on Naboo might be a bit of a waste, just because of he already has rage regeneration from the skill tree, and Ramses doesn't. He has the attack tree. So, and there it is, and that's when they call it. So that was it. That was a pretty wicked win. I didn't think we were going to have it from the first minute of the event, but it slowly turned around. So it was awesome. I think if one of our teammates would have given up at that point, it would have been a different story, but it looks like everyone just kept trekking along. So it was good. I didn't get MVP. It was kind of weird how that worked, because I got 11 kills, or assisted. Okay, I got 11 assists. I got to read how that works, but I died 5 times. So yeah, MVP for sure for Famuza. But that was it. It was pretty quick. It was a good little, a good little match. I'm going to do more of these. I think it could be actually fun. I'm not sure about the Naboo. I've got to figure out my marches, but I'm going to keep building up the coins and buy some stuff, and that's it. Thanks for joining me, guys. Talk to you later.